Are you aware of the stringent EU regulations for cosmetic packaging? If not, you're in the right place. In the world of cosmetics, understanding the regulations is paramount. The EU has very specific rules, one of which is the Cosmetics Regulation 1223/2009. It's crucial to know the definition of cosmetics under this law. Why? Well, mastering these regulations is not only essential for legal compliance, but also for ensuring the safety and satisfaction of your customers. So, what are these regulations all about? Well, let's dive right in. At the heart of it all lies the Cosmetics Regulation 1223/2009, which defines what constitutes a cosmetic product and lays out the general safety requirements every product must meet. From the moment of its inception, this regulation has seen several key milestones, each refining and strengthening the safety standards we adhere to today. Now imagine these regulations as a well-prepared dish. Just like a chef refers to a recipe, we look to the food contact legislation for guidance. This legislation serves as a blueprint, helping us understand how to ensure that our cosmetic packaging is safe for contact with both the product and the consumer. But what about the ingredients we can't use? That's where the list of excluded chemicals comes into play. Known as the no-no list, it details the substances that are not permitted in cosmetic packaging. Understanding these fundamentals is key to compliant and safe cosmetic packaging. But how do these regulations apply to different materials used in packaging? A fascinating question indeed. Let's embark on this journey together. Plastics, adhesives, metals, and alloys. Each of these materials have unique requirements. Plastics need to comply with specific restrictions on certain substances, while adhesives must meet stringent performance criteria. Metals and alloys, on the other hand, must be free from certain prohibited materials. Paper and cardboard, printing inks, varnishes and coatings, each have their own set of rules to follow. Paper and cardboard should not contain certain elements above specified limits. Printing inks and varnishes need to be free from substances that may migrate into the product. Rubber, silicones, glass, ceramics, they all have their own stories to tell. Rubber and silicones must meet certain purity standards, while glass and ceramics need to ensure minimal leaching of substances. And let's not forget about the unlisted substances that might come into contact with food. It's vital to have strategies to detect these unwelcome guests. Each material has its own set of requirements, making it crucial to understand their unique compliance needs. Did you know there's a way to streamline your compliance process across the EU? Indeed, leveraging EU mutual recognition can significantly simplify your journey towards compliance. But don't forget the importance of labeling requirements. They're not just a bureaucratic formality, they're a key to EU compliance. Now, let's touch on PPWR and COSPATOX. Think of them as your secret weapons in the world of cosmetic packaging. They decode the complex web of regulations, helping you navigate with ease. By leveraging EU mutual recognition and adhering to labeling requirements, you can ensure seamless compliance across the EU. Now that you understand the regulations, let's talk about documentation and best practices. Documentation is the backbone of any compliance process. As a business in the cosmetics industry, you'll need to keep a robust record of your packaging materials. This includes documentation for plastics, adhesives, metals, alloys, paper, cardboard, printing inks, varnishes, coatings, rubber, silicones, glass, and ceramics. Moreover, it's not just about keeping records for your benefit. You also have a responsibility to provide certain documents to your customers. These documents serve as proof of your compliance with the EU Cosmetic Regulation. Now, let's talk about best practices. Regular audits of your documentation, keeping up to date with the latest regulations, and implementing a strong quality control system are just a few ways to ensure ongoing compliance. With the right documentation and practices in place, you can confidently navigate EU cosmetic packaging regulations. So, are you ready to master EU cosmetic packaging regulations? We've covered a lot today, from the ins and outs of the regulations to the intricate compliance needs of different materials. We've also touched on the advantages of EU mutual recognition and the crucial role of proper documentation in the supply chain. Remember, knowledge is power. With our online training, you can dive even deeper into these topics and more. Let's make cosmetic packaging compliance easy together. Register now for the exclusive online training by OnlyTRAININGS. To register, click on the link in the description or visit onlytrainings.com.